It is a funny story because everything started with a set. And we have a friend that she sent us this set. She said, do you think we you need this? This is for another theater company. And I say, jokingly, well, not exactly, but maybe for our own theater company.
My daughter had been doing theater. We were teaching at another theater program, and Tech Week was very far for us. Shows were far, and we found that there was a community on the west side of town that were looking to have a place where they can do theater. And as a joke, 3 families got together, and that's how CAPA started.
The main goal is that everything we do, we want to make sure we glorify God, and we want community. We want to create a sense of community for these kids, a safe environment, a place where parents are comfortable dropping their kids off. So that's very important for us to make sure that we create that for them.
We want to make sure that they know that they're loved by Christ and that they are building that community together. And then by using their God-given talents and understanding that God gave them those talents, then they can use that to glorify Him, whether it's through theater or music or dancing or speech class or Spanish class. That's the most important thing for us as when it comes to empowering, and we want them to know that that power and that strength comes from the Lord.
We heard about CAPA. It was actually, we always describe it as a godsend and God's timing. So I have a daughter, her name is Kaylee, and she was looking for an outlet. She's homeschooled and didn't have much social interaction. And finding CAPA, she has just blossomed. Just being a part of CAPA has given her a community. She's grown in her confidence, and I didn't even know the ability she had, and how brave it is for all the kids, not just my daughter, but how they're just so brave to go out there and do what they do. It's amazing.
I think what first got me interested in performing arts was, honestly, always wanted to act my whole life, but the first time I remember really wanting to was when I was 7, I think, and I saw one of my older cousins in her high school play, and I remember just being like really in awe over all of it, seeing the lights and the sound and everything, and I think that was the first time I remember really being like, oh yeah, I want to do this.
I always cry when I talk about these kids. Okay. Oh gosh. Give me a moment. With this one specific girl. Oh gosh. She was so shy, and she was in a speech class, and she could not even face the first day of class. She could not face the kids. She couldn't face the teachers.
I'm gonna cry. This is crazy. She's standing in front. This is in the speech class, and it is an amazing class because it's not only about learning how to speak in public, it's about learning about yourself, learning about what you do, like you are as a person. And she could not say anything. She started crying, and she said what she was going to say, but she turned the back to the audience.
And she asked if she could just turn around and do her speech or her first reading or introduction facing the wall, and they allowed her to do that. But
that, it broke my heart. It broke my heart, and actually I stand up and give her a hug, and I tell her, you know what? It's okay. It's going to be okay.
That same girl, by the end of speech class, was the best orator. She was the best, she was number 1 in the class, and she confidently stood there and gave her presentation with parents and peers in the classroom.
And not only she was amazing, she continued using that gift because she had a gift. She could speak, and she was funny. And just to see her doing the speech and making jokes while she was talking, like I was in tears when I saw that. And I think like her, there are many other students that we have seen bloom.
I'm actually a public school teacher, and I see a lot of students who don't have an outlet for their creativity. And when you have that, sometimes learning becomes difficult. It becomes something that they don't look forward to. The arts in general is a way to learn about other cultures. It enhances reading ability. It enhances cognitive thinking, verbal skills, and I have actually witnessed this in my own children's lives.
I think how it's helped me grow the most personally is I was really shy when I first joined. I didn't really talk to anyone that much. And then I think as I started to grow and get closer to people, I definitely came out my shell a lot more, and I was more ready to audition for bigger things, and I was more up to the roles. And I think, just getting over that shyness was really important for me.
The biggest challenges CAPA is facing right now, I will say the two biggest ones are we've outgrown the building where we meet. We are very thankful that we get to meet here, but we do need a bigger place. We need a bigger stage. We've had to cap our classes and leave kids on the waiting list because we just don't have the room, even though we've added days in the week in classes. The number two is just having enough funds for certain productions, like getting mics. We need mics for our productions.
Getting a building would be really helpful because obviously we're really thankful for the space we have, but being able to expand, we could offer more classes. And just, especially when we're doing a musical, dancing on the little stage in the little area that we have is really hard. We always get it done, but having a bigger stage would allow us to do more because we feel kind of restricted when we have a smaller space and we can't do as much as we would like to. So that would really help with musicals, choreo, just having that space to have our classes, have our rehearsals, and have our shows. That would be really cool.
We would ask our donors or supporters, number one is prayer. I'm gonna cry again. I don't think anything can hold CAPA up more than prayer. Financially, we need the financial help. We need to get a building. It's expensive to find a building here. But number one, prayer. And number two, they are willing to support us so we can actually continue to bring CAPA to the community.
They are investing in students that want to thrive in life. They will be investing in a child to develop and to become more comfortable where they at, to be able to stand up in public, because theater is not only about acting, it's about wherever they go, like even when they go to a job interview, like they can project, they can really use their diction because they went through this process. It's about a training for the future.
Yeah, donations to CAPA, I think, would foster their ability to keep the program going, to be able to get their own building, which would just be amazing to watch these kids have a place. They're already part of a family, but I think they could even have a place where they call home.
I'd just say I'm really thankful for them, for all my teachers and for everyone here. They've helped me grow so much. Again, I just was really shy my first semester. I got maybe 10 lines, and then I got a lot more confident. I got a solo last semester, and I've just really grown with them, and I feel really comfortable around all my teachers and all my classmates, and I feel really confident, and I think that's the most important thing. Again, just having that space where you feel comfortable to talk to anyone or to just have fun is the most important thing.
I remember, as a parent, you always wonder if your kid's going to fit in and how it's going to be. And one of the first times I dropped her off at class, I just sat in the parking lot and watched, and two girls just embraced her. And I remember driving away thinking, she found her people.